Everyone, today I am going to cover how we can bootstrap any web server, any Apache server while creation of EC2 instance. To get started, you'll need to log in to your AWS account with some sort of admin privileges or privileges for EC2 and S3. Currently, I'm logged in as a user who has admin privileges on this AWS account. To get started with, I am going to hit EC2 instance. Firstly, we'll need to create an EC2 instance. So there you go. I am going in a launch wizard screen. So as you can see, I don't have any kind of existing instance. I'm going to duplicate the screen because I want to show you how I have my one of the S3 bucket, which already has a couple of files for index, HTML, and 2 images. So this is a simple, S3 bucket which has couple of files and which are good enough to get your Apache web server tested. So I'm going to launch an EC2 instance, launch instance. I'm going to pick something that's a free tier. To start with, I am going to go for Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Select. Again, it's going to be T2 Micro, which is good enough. So this is the main screen wherein I need to have couple of things defined. Firstly, I need to have a role so that it can talk to my S3 bucket. Read only is good enough, but I think for now I'm going to provision full access on S3. This is the role that can talk to my S3 in full sphere. So this is the first thing that I'm going to do. And then I am going to, the second thing that I would need is the script itself. Let me just pull that screen which has that script. So over here I have all those files. So this is the script that I'm going to bootstrap in user data. It's a simple bash script, talks about how I'm changing to root user, updating all the packages, and then I'm installing the Apache server with -y. Remember to use -y because we don't want to be stuck on any screen which is asking for a user input. This is important. I'm enabling my service so that I don't have to enable it at a later point. This is one of the config. It's optional, but I prefer to choose to just insert in my config file so that I can make use of 404 error, which I already have the file that talks about it. Is simple file that just brings up one of the images and it just says oops, the file is just not there, right? The next command wherein I am copying all the files to my var www.html folder in recursive. That means all these files will be copied to my brand new EC2 instance in a recursive manner, and then I'm going to start the Apache server. So this is the simple file that I am going to bootstrap. So this needs to be copied in this user data as a text. You can insert it as a file. I haven't experimented it so far, but you can do a lot with this bootstrap setting. Then go to the next screen. I'm going to go with just the defaults, not going to muck around much. So it's going to be simple. Let's add few tags. Name, let's say EC2 S3 website. It could be anything. It really doesn't matter for the purpose of testing. However, in prod you must give strong tagging. It's in fact a very good hygiene practice in cloud to give as many tags which are relevant to your project, to your company. Then let's go to this screen. This is also very relevant. Why? Because if I have the wrong groups, if I have the wrong security groups, it's going to just block my connection. For SSH, I want to confine it to my IP itself. I don't want it to be exposed to everyone. However, HTTP, I want to expose it to the rest of the world. This is fine from anywhere. So I'm going to pick that. In fact, it's good habit to give, description as well. Review and launch, this seems just fine. T2 micro, and then security groups are just fine. Instance details, these are basically the default ones. I have the tags. Storage is also default, so I'm not not really customizing it. Then launch, choose the key pair which you already have. I'm going to use an existing key pair. Choose an existing one. Why is it not bringing up? Let me just launch. Oh, because I didn't have it in this region. So I'm going to create a new key pair. Let's say EC2 key pair, download. It's going to download for me in one of my directories. Make sure you do have access to this. And now just wait for a couple of minutes so that it can do the magic for you. View the instance. It's going to take, I think it takes generally lesser than a minute. So imagine it's a VM which is doing a lot of stuff. It's spinning up a complete server in itself, which has the latest packages. It has a web server, wherein the service is running. It is completely configured, and you have a website that is being copied from S3 bucket. It's doing a lot in the background if you see. So I am going to go in my EC2 dashboard. So let's see the running EC2 instance. This didn't pick the tag, so I'm going to just rename it to this S3 website, just for our own reference. So looks like it has already spun up. So to access it, I need to copy the public IP for this. This is my public IP, open address, and here you go. This is the website that is, it's simple HTML, which has an image of my puppy, and it brings up this file. And let's say if I were to go on any other page, 1, 2, 3. So this is bringing up my error. Oops, Teddy is on break. That means the file is just not available. It's a 404 error. So this was a very nice experiment. I think it's going to help you. You can build a very nice static or dynamic website. Just throw everything in your S3 bucket, which these contents could be completely under your supervision of permissions, and your website should be able to talk to the other side. I'm going to link this quick script in the description below. So thank you. This was the quick session. Stay tuned. Talk to you later.